This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week in our New Testament lesson, we have the famous passage from the book of 1 John that says, "Love is from God because God is love." That passage gets used all over the place, especially churches like ours that are reconciling in Christ churches. But I think sometimes when we hear it, we can think very vaguely about it. That, well, if God is love, then anything that loves must be somehow divine. But in the New Testament, the concept of love is not, in fact, vague. For what it means in your regular life, it is a community event. It is love, is what ties people together who frankly wouldn't usually get along together. We see this, for example, in the book of 1 Corinthians, where Paul's famous passage, so frequently used in weddings, that love is patient, love is kind, so on, is talking about a community who is divided and struggling to live together. And from there, that's where love arises. 1 John is speaking in the same way. "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God." See, it's God is love, meaning what the action of God in this world is mending a broken relationship with humans. And that ability to mend relationships and restore relationships of people who wouldn't usually get along is what 1 John's talking about here. And so when we talk about God being love, yes, indeed, it includes this welcoming aspect that we focus on so much, but it also is saying, and that welcome is really going to do something. That it's really going to say, those of you who don't get along, we're going to find a way to get along. God is involved in healing fractures in our world. That is not irrelevant, but most relevant to who God is. So when we are facing the challenges we have each week, when we think of God being love, to recognize this is about all of us and how we relate with one another. This is 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.